Okay, there we go. How's everybody doing?
Still here. Good.
I'm nervous as hell.
Oh,
Well, it's kind of like being an athlete, and you get into a rhythm, you get into that, and then you're sidelined for a little bit. It's hard to reconnect with everything again. But,
oh yeah.
life happens. What am I going to do?
Gotta get your momentum back in there. I get that feeling.
Maybe that's what happened with me in teaching here.
No,
I mean, the,
teaching is tough anytime.
yeah, true. But, I was doing teaching for like 3 years or whatever. I don't know why I just suddenly freaked the heck out like that, but I guess not doing it for like half a year or so can do that to you.
it's, uh, it's just surprising what life can throw at you.
Mike, your
Yes.
Mike, your microphone kind of went a little bit quiet there.
I was
Mike,
speaking
your
kind.
mic!
I was
Yes.
speaking kind
What?
of softly anyway.
Oh, okay. I realized how stupid it was the second it left my mouth, and you jumped on that like.
No
Mike, your mic!
worries.
Let's make that our catchphrase!
Mike
Mike, your
squared.
mic!
Okay, so you guys were just finishing up your business, wandering around the area, and it's just about
Yeah,
time
we
for the.
just we we just met the shoe guy.
Yeah.
We finished with the shoe guy.
Oh yeah.
We had a rather we had a rather adventurous
That
fishing
was such
outing
a
as
that was
well.
such a scene. Brings your shoes in the background and just
I'm sure he's getting something from those fumes. But we got new
I
kids.
wonder if the sweat of different monsters like could get some creatures high. Like freaking gnomes or whatever, like they or like their sweat has like magic in it or something and
Oh
it
my
gets other creatures
goodness.
high.
You know what? We're gonna go with that because we're going for the PG content.
Okay. Okay.
Not PG content. I don't think drugs is in the is in PG.
I think more so than the foot fetish guy is. I mean, what
I
what
I
what do you
agree
want?
with that.
What do you want to show your child? Theoretically, I mean,
Pretty much.
Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. Let me actually check because I think the drugs is actually not in. Let me see here.
What are you checking?
I'm
I want to find out. The suspense is worth it for me.
You have some kind of list that tells you what you can and cannot show your kids or something?
okay. So explicit sex scenes and scenes of drug use are absent. So drug use is not PG. Here, let me bring this over to the chat here. I'm looking at the exact things for the different movie ratings.
But
The exact descriptions, and it says drug use is not PG.
So it's G?
It's PG-13 apparently, but anyways, where is that image?
That answers our question.
I could have sworn that drug use was
Robot,
not PG.
robot. Oh, there's Mike's better now. Tenacity turned
Look
into
at
a
that.
robot for a minute.
Under the PG, explicit sex scenes and scenes of drug use are absent.
Okay, but what
But
if the
anyways,
drugs?
it
All
doesn't
right.
matter that much. I just wanted to point that out because I could have sworn that there is no drug use in PG.
Well, medicines are not. Medicines don't count either, I guess. But then I get it. Let's see what happens here in this session, huh?
well, we're we're not gonna like the sacrifice part. Anyways,
Oh boy.
I didn't say it was you yet.
Well,
Um,
anything that involves giving something up to
I'm just being technical here. You
No.
know, I don't. It doesn't have to be PG for me. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I wanted to be technical here because you were saying drugs were PG and sex was not. It's like they're both not PG.
Depends on what part of the world you're in. But
No,
yeah, I get it.
like I said, I have a way more comfortable time talking to my daughter about drugs than I do sex. So it's
Okay, so from your perspective,
yeah.
there's that. But movie ratings
Well,
wise,
no,
that's
fortunately,
not how it is.
yeah. No, she's the same way. Like if they do anything besides hugging, she's like, "Can you please forward it?" And I'm like, yeah, no problem.
Sure.
But anyways, from the temple in the center, you hear the sound of gongs.
Oh, oh shoot! Is the procession about to begin?
You happen to be nearly right beside Silurius, the artist, and he's changing canvases. And he whispers to you, "It's the procession. In preparation for the crusade, those of the guys coming are off to the surface."
Crusade. Who are they going against?
Oh, the crusade against the monsters on the mainland. It's a most unusual strategy they have come up with. They believe if they spread pestilence and destruction, there won't be anything for the monsters to fight over. Personally, I think there's more productive approaches, but then again, I'm just a humble painter. We'll be safe here under their protection, I think.
Oh,
Wow.
is there anything we need to do to prepare for this procession? Any any rules or anything? Any traditions that we go with?
I think it's wisest if we just stay out of their way. Um, don't be too alarmed by anything that you might see.
I agree. Gongs
All
are
right.
So, from what the hell did I write there? Sorry.
I can't read my own writing.
writing. Rhymes. Thank you very much.
No, but it's just
Hey, you got that.
You
Liz.
remember that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. The charge. Is
It's
is
conspiring
to set.
lawfully.
set
I can't read
to
my
set-
own writing.
What is that? Crimes. Thank you very much. Potts, good old Potts.
Does Mott, do you even know what that is?
not off the top of my head.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's from the Pirates of the Caribbean 2 bloopers.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We'll throw a link in there later. But right now,
Don't. I keep meaning to buy the whole Pirates of the Caribbean because Angela seems to enjoy it. So
Oh, that's cute.
That's fine.
that's the way
I
movies
hope
work
they
in
make
my house.
another one that actually has Johnny Depp, but probably not, which is really sad. But
Let's see what
you
he
know.
wants to do.
and Johnny says he doesn't want to, anyways.
Yeah, but a big check will change his attitude.
I guess so too.
How many times did what's his name? Daniel Craig say he would never do another James Bond?
Well, I
And
didn't
every-
know about this.
Yeah.
I don't care about James Bond really.
No, but he said like the last three he was never doing another, and they kept coming up with money. He's like, okay, I'll do it for that amount.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, it's Johnny Depp. If you come at him with 50 million, he'll say, yeah, I'll show up on scene.
All right. So
No, it's just the image that I was going for and how to translate it were not exactly the way I'd pictured it. So,
sure.
you know what? Let's just make it let's make it easier on myself.
What you do?
There's a group of shirtless monks that kind of come through and the crowd parts before them. You don't really have to move. They're going beside you. And because, Silurius knows where to set his painting up after all these years. But-
Isn't he right in the middle of the street?
Right, not necessarily right in the middle.
I thought he was kind of off to the side, like
Yeah, kind of like more of a stall without being a stall.
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like
Kind of
Okay.
the farmers market, back to that, they do have a wide thoroughfare between them, but he's not dead centered. But he has a good perspective. He can see everything around him. But
Yep.
Okay.
they push him around, and then the monks begin their march through the market. So you basically wind up with a single male shirtless monk having body tattoos on him. And behind each one of them is 5 red hooded monks, each of which have pretty large pole arms with them. Every
So they're what with them?
pole
Pole
arms.
arms.
Yeah. Let's just say
Or
pole
Pole
arms.
like spears.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That's what,
okay, so
And they-
like whole weapons.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Spears,
Yes.
staffs, that kind of thing.
Yep. And nothing to do with pole cats.
Oh,
So the strange thing about them is for the shirtless monks, every 10 steps, and they do this all in unison, so there's multiple ranks, they stop, flex their muscles. Yeah, yeah,
okay, that I didn't expect the gift to be like that, but kind of for visual.
You ruined.
no, it actually makes this funnier.
These are shirtless monks with markings on them. There's going to be some sort of quirkiness to this anyway, from what I'm seeing. Go on.
Yes. So every
I'm sorry.
no, that makes this funnier.
Yeah.
So every 10 steps, the shirtless guys flex their muscles, scream "Ki!" and then smash a blow into their followers' chests. Told you it'd make it funnier.
Oh man.
So that's the person behind them.
No, every rank, the shirtless monk is in the front, and the 5 red hooded guys are behind them.
Okay.
He just turns around, picks one at random, just like nails him in the chest.
So
That's
it's like the monks from Monty Python, where they have those freaking books that they whack on their heads.
something, but the guy's hitting him. I had more of the Oriental side in mind than Monty Python, but
That just
But you-
immediately made me think of that.
you know what? No,
No,
no, it's he Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Yeah. Holy hand grenade.
I didn't know they were actually speaking Latin.
Yeah.
I thought they were just mumbling something random.
Where was I? And it
Sorry,
seems
we keep interrupting you.
no, that's okay. We're having fun. We're having fun.
Smashing things into each other.
No, just the leader is smashing things into his followers,
Okay.
specifically his fist. Now, I'll be honest, maybe that scene did influence me, but not consciously. I was thinking about that, Oriental martial arts feel where, the sensei comes out and just
Yep.
smacks his students around and stuff like that. But-
Yeah, those are pretty cool to see.
I was
Yep.
thinking like self-punishment or something. Some like Arab nations, will
Hmm.
beat themselves in the chest as a show of
Dominance.
as a,
Prowess.
no, not
Power.
dominance, like a show of reverence to their god.
Hmm.
Oh.
That was something that I read in whatever that graphic novel was, Persepolis or whatever.
Persepolis.
Yes. The one about the Muslim girl who went to the United States. Oh. I think that was the story, because she was talking about like her childhood in that country, and then she went to America at the end of the book.
Sounds like a pretty riveting tale on its own there.
It's a pretty good graphic novel.
I'd imagine.
See, I just think of the capital of the Achaemenid Empire.
Oh. Okay.
I think Alexander the Great conquered it in about 330 BC.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I studied that period a lot in high school and university. It's like asking me anything about the French Revolution. I spent way too much time reading about that crap.
Well, it's the French Revolution. The French Revolution is awesome.
It's boring. The only good part was the play The Assassination of Jean-Paul Marat, as performed by the Marquis de Sade and the inmates of Charenton.
Wow.
Ever seen that play or read the book?
No.
Oh, that's awesome.
I forget. The French Revolution isn't what they portray in Les Miserables. That was something else.
No,
That
it's
was another rebellion.
a lot more like The Assassination of Jean-Paul Marat, as performed by the Marquis de Sade and the inmates of the Charenton. Please don't make me say that again.
Do no such thing.
The short
Well, you
version.
probably pronounce French better than us, being in Canada.
Not as much as you think, because
Okay.
my French lessons are all from a couple decades ago.
Ah,
And I mean, I've forgotten a lot of them. So now that my little 9-year-old is starting to learn French, she comes up to me and I'm like, okay, this brain cell exists. Keep searching. Keep searching.
searching deep memory banks.
Nope, that one's corrupted by alcohol. My problem was the one time I was sick as a child was when they covered past tense. And because everything that builds off, they build everything off past tense, I can't do tenses. So,
I can't do verbs in Spanish that much either. Es verbos tensos es muy difícil. And verb tenses are very difficult.
Man,
and the scary part is these are all related languages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the romance languages.
Yeah.
indeed.
But, Tarkarian, give me a roll against your... What did I decide? Give me a roll against your wisdom.
Alright, let me see what I have to do here. I need to
Go.
open the chat log so I can actually do the roll. Shoot, how'd the command go again?
Slash roll
Oh, there it is, I see it.
1d20. Yep.
Darn it. Number
I have a candle lit here for RNGesus.
My wisdom's 14 and I rolled
Maybe
three.
I should get my incense. Maybe RNGesus would love that more.
Okay, so you feel a heavy pressure on your back.
Oh. What? So I turn around to see if I could figure out what's pushing, what's doing that.
It's
rather.
it's
What?
Hello? Come on.
What time did that happen?
Whoa. Whoa, what
It's-
happened to you? What happened
It's...
to you?
oh, there I am.
Oh,
So
what was it?
yeah, I just hear you say it's. And then.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Monkey popped out flying circus.
so behind
What were you saying?
you, you see Gundark. Remember the guy that was running the gambling table?
Oh, yes. The dwarf.
Yes.
Oh,
And he's got one of your rubies.
oh, jeez. Hey, give that back. I need this.
He runs off into the crowd.
Oh, that's not good. He took one of our rubies, Tenacity. We should see if we could get it back.
Yeah, okay. Let's follow him.
Okay, so again for this, I asked on all the DM forums and nobody had a good way to run a chase scene that was actually entertaining.
Oh,
It was all combat focused, and if I have Tenacity chase a dwarf, it's gonna not be good.
yeah.
Isn't there like a crowd or something? It's gonna be hard to chase after him if there's kind of a crowd.
Oh, precisely, but I didn't want this to be that boring about having to go around every single crowd member and do this, that, the other thing. I want this to be more high tempo, like a James Bond movie or something.
Okay.
So basically, every turn, how did I work this out again? There's two parts to this. One is being able to figure out which way he went because it is a crowd. And the second is if you manage to catch up to him, then there'll be a non-lethal combat round where basically you're trying to scramble him and grab him and pin him down.
Okay.
Right now,
Cool. Yeah, go above and see if you can keep track of him.
that's a good idea, but remember that he can't really communicate back.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking that Pinnacle could, track him, and then, well, he could still like caw, can't he?
Why don't you get him to just circle above him?
Yeah, you could do that. I'm not asking him to like say where he is, just keep track of him.
Yep.
Follow his position so you can see him from above. Yeah.
Okay, so the way that we're going to do this is, as he has disappeared, you're both going to roll 1d4.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
We do that right now here.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, so Tenacity, you have to roll against your intelligence because you didn't see any of this, so you're trying to guess which way it is. Tarkarian, this isn't going to apply this turn, so I'm just going to say you figure it out, and you jump right after him.
Get back here, thief.
Yep. Now you're making your way through the crowd, but there are tents and everything that you could jump up on.
Yep.
I don't know whether Tenacity could, but this.
Yeah, I don't think those tents would be stable enough for me. Maybe for the gnome.
Yeah, the gnome and the dwarf, yes, but a tiefling, I doubt it. But I'd be willing to let you try it with a certain risk.
Can I just jump on people's heads? No,
You
I
could.
wouldn't do that.
You could. They're various size. There's kobolds and all sorts of things out here. So
Oh yeah. So I'm
Tenacity, I
Right.
think honestly, you are probably one of the tallest people in the crowd. Not the tallest, but one of the tallest.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Okay.
No one's ever said that to you before, have they?
Yeah.
well, it was saying that a lot to you in comparison to me.
Oh, come on. Now, how am I going to do this? So I'm going to consider Tenacity flat-footed.
Okay.
And you're hot in pursuit. So, shit, that was dumb.
Uh-oh.
No, because I thought it'd be smart and I'd write T for Tenacity and T for Tarkarian.
Oh. B-E?
Yeah. Well, no, you became Ten and Tar. Whoops, no. Okay, this part I'm screwing up badly. So, that turn's gone. Tarkarian, you're closer. But remember, Tenacity is about double your size as well as the dwarf, so she can catch up easier. That's why I'm keeping track of who's closer. Yeah, so next round, run a 1d4.
Both of us?
Yes, please.
Number 2. Oh.
You know what, Tarkarian, I shouldn't have made you roll, really, because you're pretty much on top of them.
Oh.
But Tenacity, there's a bunch of people in front of you, so you're going to roll against your dexterity to jump or dodge. Going to jump them, or are you just going to try to slide through them, do some sort of creative...
Am I jumping over them?
Yes, if you succeed. If not, things could get complicated. So against your dex.
What do you mean when you say against Dex?
Okay, so
Does it mean
that's a bad habit of mine left over. Your dexterity. When I say roll against it, your dexterity, I don't have your sheet in front of me at the moment. Oh, there it is. Your
it's
dexterity
12?
is a 12, so you'd need to get 12 or unders to succeed. 12
Okay.
and above fails. So against, it means in between for some crazy reason. I don't know. D&D used to do a lot of things really weird, and they've cleaned it up a lot with 3.5. They cleaned it up more with 5, but I have the books for 3.5, so we're running 3.5.
Okay.
Sure. No problem.
All right. I guess I'll just try to dodge them.
Okay, roll against Dex.
Okay, so that would still be a
Yep,
D20.
D20.
Okay.
11. Ooh, that's a rough one, but you managed to make it through, and now you're a lot closer. Tarkirian, you have the chance to grapple with the dwarf.
Okay.
So roll 1d20. What the hell is this guy's armor class? You're technically rolling an attack because you're getting close. You're probably going to try to tackle him, punch him. I don't know. What do you want to do? You tell me what you have, what kind of attack you want to use on this guy. Just non-lethal, preferably.
Yeah, I think I just want to see if like. Yeah, but no, but I'll just do a good old-fashioned tackle.
You have to beat a 13.
13 is my.
D20.
Oh, oh, 13. Let's see what I get. Ooh,
Ooh.
clean. That's
Believe it or not,
that's plenty.
I think RNG's is actually doing pretty good. So,
The incense worked. Tenacity. Keep it on, yeah.
Yeah, the
So you-
candle worked.
also roll 1d4 for damage
Okay.
because you hitting him is going to hurt.
Oh, that's really gonna hurt.
Well,
Jeez.
as much as you can with body to body. Hang on, what is this? Okay, so and he says something to the effect of, "You stupid." Oh my God, what are you again?
Oh,
Yeah,
He's a gnome,
you s-
isn't he?
yeah, you stupid gnome. Do you think you can tangle with me?
well, you took something that belongs to me. I'd like it back. Oh,
He goes to punch you and misses. Now, you and I are going to roll a d20 against each other.
okay.
And so I got a 4, beat a 4.
Sure.
You beat a 4. You do manage to pin him for the coming turn.
Okay.
So now, the next one, I'm going to let Tenacity catch up. Now, he shakes his way free, and he's going to have to disengage from the two of you. So the two of you, once again, trying to tackle, block, grab, whatever it is. We're all going to roll d20, and if he gets higher or if you get higher, well, we'll find that out.
Okay, so just roll 1d20.
Yep. So he's got a 5. Okay, I've got RNG. Jesus pissed off at me. Oh, the crit 20. Okay. So tenacity, what are you using? Like a chop block or swim move? What do you want to do?
So we're just trying to grab him, right?
Yes, but how are you grabbing him? You're just putting a hand on him. Do you want to take out a little bit of aggression on him at the same time? Do you want to tackle him? Because like you're pretty big, you could you could fall on him, pancake him, and do a lot of.
Yeah, I think I'll try and tackle him.
Okay, roll 1d4. So
Okay.
that definitely hurt him. And Tarkirian, roll 1d4. What are what are you doing with him?
Um, I don't know. Maybe since I'm a gnome, all I can think think about is maybe try to go for the legs this time and kind of mola him. I don't know.
Okay, if you want to, but he's a dwarf. He's not that much taller than you.
Yeah, maybe just. Oh, if they're not much taller. Yeah,
Actually, I
let's
don't
go.
know. Is a gnome or a dwarf taller?
I think we talked about that. The dwarf is slightly taller than a gnome, from
Okay,
what I remember.
so it's essentially the same thing.
No, I
Oh,
said the opposite. That a gnome is taller than a dwarf, or you just said that the dwarves were these were just short dwarves.
Like you said, it's close enough in size difference. So
okay.
Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter, but that's what I remember.
Well, I shall attempt to restrain this guy. Also got a 2.
yes, but you got a 20, so that doubles. It's a 4.
Oh, that's true. Crit.
Yeah, he's bleeding a bit from the mouth after that.
Oh, jeez.
But unfortunately, with your tussling, you've managed to push the crowd a little bit away from you. And they have noticed.
Oh,
So, next turn, let's do it again. Everybody roll 1d20 and beat a 16 because he's trying to get loose, and with the crowd staring at you, you're feeling a little.
oh,
Okay. He's not looking too good, but he manages to jump up to the roof of one of the tents and start running out over them. You can see his little feet dinking through the mesh, which actually would call for a skill roll on his. Ooh,
oh,
wait.
jeez.
What does he get there again? 17. He makes it to the top and then falls back and actually destroys the booth, which was selling eggs.
Oh, man.
What
So
was
it's
it?
egg.
Selling eggs?
Eggs. So he's bleeding. He's covered in eggs. Just
Oh, gosh.
just for the hell of it, you'll hear chicken clucking in the background. Okay,
This would be-
so how dirty do you feel like getting?
Uh, well,
Can I just knock him out with my shield?
You know what? It's a prone attack. Fuck, not battle tech. I was just calculating. Prone attack -1. Let me see. Knock out the shield. You can, but I mean, I assume you'd want to talk to him at some point.
Oh yeah, we can just knock him out and then drag him into a back alley or something.
Actually, you know what? This works better. Actually, yeah, go for it. He's given that he's on his back and flailing about helplessly, and actually falling damage.
all in the ditch.
Well, he fell from a pretty big height there.
Oh, I see. Ooh.
Oh yeah, he's hurting. I should have you guys fight dwarves more often.
Most luck against them.
Okay, all your enemies are now dwarves. No, I'm kidding.
Freaking wind up in Bilbo Baggins' house with all the dwarves.
Alright, now.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out. You know what? Just both of you are gonna roll 1d20 because
Okay.
he's hurting pretty bad.
Alright. 17.
Yeah. You restrain him on the point of unconsciousness, and as he's spitting up blood and eggs, you suddenly feel something disturbing behind you.
No.
You know that eerie feeling that you get that something's behind you?
Uh-oh.
Tenacity, see if you can keep an eye on him. Oh. Yeah, I turn around to see what the heck's going on.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, You see three of the bare-chested cultists staring at you, looking very upset.
Oh gosh. Can I help you three? I wave awkwardly, trying to diffuse any tension that there might be.
They all say, dormir.
What the heck?
Actually, no, you just fall asleep. Tenacity falls asleep.
Oh
And
no.
Gundark falls asleep.
Oh,
His sleep spells are pretty kick-ass. I'm surprised you haven't looked at them yet.
well, I have. Sleep spells are fun.
Yes, I know I'm not giving your save against them, but it's for purposes of moving the plot along.
Oh, that's fine.
You wake up in a lovely rock and iron prison cell.
Oh, man. Oh, my.
Pinnacle's there and is very excited that you've woken up.
Oh. Hey,
And just to make my life easier, Pinnacle took time out to grab a snack before he came in.
Probably ate one of the dungeon rats.
There you go. Now there is food, water, wine, and ale provided. There's some beds. They're not necessarily nice, but your basic straw bed with fewer bed bugs than you'd probably find at an inn.
As expected.
So even though you're being locked up, you're being treated very well.
Huh. Oh boy. What do you suppose we are anyway? I ask as I try to.
I mean, I assume it's the tower.
There is a guard just around the corner that notices that you've woken up. You're in the pit of despair. You're in the pit of despair.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Nobody,
Sounds
nobody got the
very-
Princess Bride reference? Damn it.
I need to watch that movie.
Watch it.
Gotta find it somewhere. Yeah. I'm trying to
Here.
Was that?
find it somewhere.
I didn't remember. I don't remember that line. Was that before he got the life sucked out of him?
It was after. Or no, no, it was before he had the life sucked out of him. He's just being brought in, and the monk is cleaning him up. And where am I? You're in the pit of You're in the pit of despair.
Okay. I didn't remember that line, sadly.
Oh,
It's
it's-
been a while since I've seen that movie.
It's one of my because it's one of the best setups of all time because he's this pallor white and he's wearing these priest vestments. You're in the pit of despair. It's so perfect that you're in the pit of despair.
Princess Bride, one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright. So the pit of despair.
Yes.
That's
Don't-
that's reassuring.
Don't worry. We intend to keep very good care of you. After all, you're the first service tomorrow.
Hmm?
What are you gonna do to us?
Oh, I'm not going to do anything. No. You see, the Lord Vizier needs his daily quotient of blood, and it entertains the masses, such as myself, to see people fight one another. It really benefits everybody. Well, I guess not you. But I have two people who have so much been looking forward to talking to you. And around the corner comes Leyla, Tenacity's sister, and everybody's favorite necromancer, Roddy the Body.
You!
Which one are you yelling at?
You beat me.
Both of them.
Because
That's really
no, 'cause it was perfect. It was in character. I'm like, that applies to both of them.
yeah. Yeah. I think you got that one.
Hello,
Yeah.
dear sister. We were wondering when you'd be joining us.
So
I think you have something for them. Tenacity?
Hmm?
Tenacity, I think you have something for them. You want to give her a hand?
Is she that close to the? Is she that close to the cell?
They're bars. You for sure could throw something at her.
Okay, I spit on her.
Okay.
I spit on your grave.
Oh, you're not quite so lovely as our sisters. Toxicity.
Oh man.
Yes, you were always very creative with the nicknames.
No, our sister Toxicity, along with Rapacity and Ferocity. I'll be meeting them next week in Regina.
All right then.
We have a real interesting set of sisters. To see. At least as far as their names are concerned. So what do you guys want with us anyway? We're already in this. We're already behind these bars. What more could you do to us?
Well, you understand, they have certain traditions in this area. We're going to honor that tradition, and I'm going to slaughter my idiot little sister with my own bare hands. I guess your father cheated before your mother died. Anyway. I just realized that I made a gaffe on that because technically Tenacity would be the oldest sister. Medieval times. Let's just put it down to that.
Yeah.
We can go on. We can go with that.
The ultimate hand wave. Weird stuff.
Details.
Well, I mean, he had other wives in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all technically sisters of the clan. You can still say half sisters or all that. So
All right.
it doesn't. I don't necessarily have to be older. They're still related if they're half sisters.
Yeah.
Oldest by blood, but not so by clan. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. And Roddy the Body said, I'm paid well enough to take care of you.
You're gonna be the one to fight us?
Leyla says, oh, we'll have a few more of our friends joining us. Shame nobody will be helping you out.
Finally, we get a chance to deal with
As always, you have no honor in battle.
Honor is for the victors to decide.
Well, we'll be sure to make good. We'll be sure to remember that greatly once we've beaten you.
I suggest you eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow you will die. The two of them walk off back down the corridor to wherever they might be.
That has yet to be seen, you guys. I mutter angrily as I go over to get a drink of water.
Okay, I'm going to pause for 30 seconds for station identification. Because I'm going to give you guys a chance to think of what you're doing in a jail cell. And I've got to set the next scene up in my head. So, hold on, all right?
Intermission. Ah, my throat. So it sounds like we're about to have a little gladiator session, huh? Those who are about to die salute you.
Are you not
Not
entertained?
entertained.
Have you seen that movie? I actually haven't seen that movie.
I haven't either.
Oh man. Well, it's probably one of the ones we have to rent.
The one with Russell Crowe? Was that the one? He was
Yeah.
in? Okay.
That's the one that was in.
Okay.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, there's that one. Then there's also Ben-Hur. I haven't seen that one either.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the chariot racing, I think. Good stuff.
It's fun so far.
I'm enjoying it. I can slowly starting to picture the universe that we're in a little bit easier.
Yeah, he was doing some good descriptions there.
Yep.
So you guys know that you have a Gundark with you in the cell, right?
Oh, was
Did
and
you say that Gundark was in the cell?
Yeah, they didn't really care who they grabbed. You were making a disturbance, they pulled you in, then your sister fingered you, and now you are where you are. You could
Alright.
you could have had a little boy with you or an ancient woman, and they wouldn't have cared. They would have dragged you in.
ah,
Is he awake yet?
He's getting better. He's awake.
I'll punch him again.
Why did you do that?
Why do you think?
you could
You're the reason we're stuck in here.
you
Look.
still owe me a ruby.
Look, here's her ruby. I just can't stand being poor.
Well, surely you could have asked her something if you wanted some help on that. No need to get all pickpocketing.
I don't get a lot of help in the marketplace. The the drow elf. I still need to go and get his mithril, but I just simply haven't had the time.
How would you not have the time?
Mithril is a rare element. It's grown, not mined. And I have to go down to the... What did I call these things? The Dark Mountains? What the hell was it again? Anyways, I have to go far from here, and the journey is very, very threatening and dangerous.
Did he need them by a certain? How soon did he need them? Sounds like you're really pressured if it's you resort to pickpocketing.
I'm pressured, but it's a lot better than heading to the Doom Range. Besides, people always like to play cards.
Well, I can't refute that. But the Dune Range, that's really the only place those things grow. They're just like super dangerous down there.
Well, unless we go on to the continent, then it is the closest place.
Oh, I've only read a little bit about the main continent back at the academy. Not even our professors seem to know a lot about that place.
I don't know much either, but we're all in this together now. Does anybody have a plan?
Well, let me see.
What are these bars made of?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah. Are they half barrel hinges? I had to make that joke, sorry.
I don't. I think that one went over my head, unfortunately.
Pirates of the Caribbean reference.
Oh. Well, let's.
Well, Gundark says, actually, the guard is gone. Give me a second. He starts jimmying the lock.
Trying to go
Alright.
try to jimmy the lock a little closer, see if it's doing anything.
He's actually doing a pretty competent job. And you can see the look of surprise on his face when things don't quite go the way that he thinks. And he whispers to you, I didn't think it would be a magical lock.
Oh dear.
Oh, magic, huh? Let me see if I can do anything with it. This is something I'll have to roll for if I want to go over and examine the magic on the lock.
What are you casting?
Let's see. I want to cast.
Because unfortunately, I haven't gone over skills with everybody yet, and it's always something you got to do next time. But I can't see a reason that you would not have spellcraft. And that's a wisdom saving throw. And that'll just tell you that, like, general types of magic. So for skills, put down spellcraft, because you're a gnome, you like studying, and I cannot possibly imagine that you wouldn't pick it.
Yep.
Because
So spellcraft.
there's detect magic, which is a spell, but
Oh
this
yeah.
allows you to not burn a spell slot. Unfortunately,
Okay.
whereas detect magic is a perfect, spellcraft is not. But your wisdom's decently high, so
Still a good chance of it working out.
yep.
In theory. Okay. So is this a roll I have to do to make use of spellcraft?
Yep, roll 1d20 against your wisdom, so 16 or higher.
Oh, 16 or higher.
So 16
14
or
or
under.
higher.
16. Isn't your wisdom a 16?
My wisdom's 14. It's my intelligence
Oh,
is
for
16.
pity's damn it, I keep making that mistake. Yes, so,
Is it against my intelligence
hmm?
then? Since I am a wizard.
No, it is a wisdom save.
Okay.
Because
So
it's spellcraft, it's something that you study and you learn over time.
okay.
Intelligence is more of your ability to think on your feet. So, a
Okay.
cleric would have a high wisdoms because they're required to memorize their rituals, the meditation, all that sort of thing. So,
Okay.
see,
Right.
you're smart, they're wise.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the time you don't want the 20.
Yeah. I know.
Well,
Fortunately, that's
I could be a jerk and you could argue that there is no spell on it and have the two of you get into a fight, but I don't feel like role playing that at the present time. Well, no, it would do nothing but make everybody look bad. And since you already don't trust Gundark, it would be bad. So you can't figure out what kind of magic is on it.
maybe my maybe my spell fizzles because I'm so low dazed from waking up. I don't know.
Well, no, it's a skill, not a spell.
Oh. Oh sure.
And so, yeah, maybe you're still shaken up, but I forget what it is. I'll give you a chance to look at it again before you decide to go to sleep. Man, this might be a really short session because I was setting so much stuff up in this session that I might have actually forgotten to include any actual plot. But anyway, that's no
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
So while you guys are jimmying the hawk, you notice two owls looking at you from the hallway.
Oh, 2 L's. How
What was that elf's guy name again?
Idrin.
Hydra.
I, Idrin? Is that you?
One of them flies into your cell and shapeshifts back into a human, one that you know very well, Aiden, half elf.
Oh, Hydra. I
Well,
didn't realize you could shape shift.
I'm a druid.
Good, you found us.
That was what took so long. First, I had to find Stormbind, and then I had to figure out where you were.
Oh,
Well, that's understandable.
I'm certainly glad to see ya.
The good news is I looked at the arena. Looks pretty simple. No obstacles, big circle. Bad news is, I don't know why you're locked up next to it.
Oh, we do. They already threatened us.
We got to see your old friend, Roddy the Body Snatcher again, as well as Tenacity's sister.
Hmm.
They're the ones who arranged all this, apparently.
Well then, I guess we have nothing to do but prepare ourselves. Who's the dwarf?
Oh, well, we had a bone to pick with that guy because he stole something that belonged to us. We just wanted to catch him and get it back, but looks like we all got caught here. Now, we have a fight coming up according to them. Something for their something for their deity or something.
Ah, snakes underground. Why does it always have to be snakes and underground?
Snakes? You saying there's
Mm.
snakes around there?
Well, this cult loves to play with snakes. The
Actual snakes?
actual snakes. The Grand Vizier is actually kind of a snake person.
Actual snake person, or he just likes snakes?
A Yuan Ti, I believe they call themselves.
Okay, so it's actual snake person.
He's not like a Naga or anything.
Somewhat similar.
Okay.
I think there are Nagas as well in this universe, but I was thinking of the Yuan Ti.
Oh, you'll have to. I'll have to look up what they look like.
YUAN-TI.
YUAN-TI.
Yes. There was a magic card in.
Oh, Yuan T.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, okay.
what was their last D&D flavored set? Not Baldur's Gate. Forgotten Realms.
Oh, okay. So that's what they look like. Yeah, so they are kind of similar to Naga, except they have arms and such. A lot more scale. Okay.
Hang on a
I
second.
was just trying to get a better visual.
Here, let me show you exactly what I am thinking.
Oh, you're gonna show something here.
Yep, just give me a second to.
Okay.
Actually, will it let me do a straight copy? Yeah, it will.
Oh. Can't block as long as it's.
The bastard
Oh, okay.
dungeon mechanic. I hated that thing.
Whoa.
I didn't mind what happened. It just annoyed me whenever it came up. It's like, oh god, because then people would spend forever deciding, like, read the card ahead of time.
Oh man, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it would take some time.
No, it
At least
didn't. There's 3 dungeons, so right away you know which one. One was you gain a life. The other one, nothing was really powerful until you got all of them done.
Okay.
So based on your board state, you know whether you want to gain. I forget what it is right now because I haven't looked at it in a year. But
Sure.
well, no, because
Bottle fell over.
Hmm?
Did you guys hear that? My water bottle fell over. Dong.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
no.
Unfortunately. So you're safe from any potential embarrassment from having a bottle fallen over.
Okay.
But
So who wants to do something crazy?
In the game?
Yeah, I don't know. You got
yeah,
you got Gundark, who appears to be good with manipulating locks, and although you cannot say this for sure, he's a lot more acrobatic than most dwarves.
he certainly had some moves on him.
You have a druid that can walk in and out of the walls,
Oh yeah. Amazing.
or he can just shapeshift and fly out. You got a tiefling barbarian who is right now, I imagine, just sitting in the corner sharpening her axe. Did the water bottle drop again?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
I was
No,
trying
but
to
just
say-
I was just saying you're probably sharpening your axe and muttering to yourself, but I got no reaction.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you wanted. I didn't know that if you wanted me to.
Well, yes or no, is that possibly what you're doing, or
Well, I mean, I was probably standing kind of up next to Idrin because I was the one who called to him. So, was there a time skip there?
no, not really. I'm just trying to set the scene again. So Tarkarian, what are you doing? You
I'm still kind of fiddling with the lock there because even though I couldn't figure out what kind of magic it was, I just want to see if I can find anything about it at all while we're waiting.
not much really to the lock itself. It's more the enchantment. It's a pretty simple key lock, like any other one you'd see in that time period.
Yeah,
Although time period is really the wrong word, because
this
in this universe, yes.
I know I already tried to roll to see what I can figure out what kind of magic it is, but that didn't end too well. Well, it should have, but in this case, it didn't mean the right thing.
Yeah, but after a couple hours, you'll get a chance to look at it again because
Okay. Oh, it's an hourly bit of
I
a cooldown.
I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna say before you go to sleep, because there's enough sunlight left that you're gonna get one more chance to look at it, and then after that, You're tired. It's been a long day. You took a sleep spell, so you're still a little groggy. And
Yep. Okay. That sounds fine.
oh, and
Actually,
Idrin looks at Tenacity. By the way, the bird.
Yes. You
Can you
mean
can you
Pinnacle?
yeah, Pinnacle, can you please make sure that he's going to stay away from my owl?
Oh, yes.
oh,
I will grab him.
Stormbind, and Stormbind shoots in the same way. So, what do we know about your sister?
Hmm.
She likes birds.
Yeah, she likes birds.
yeah.
Apparently. I think she always kind of had that obsession. She liked to shoot them down and then torture them.
Or wow. So she didn't just hunt them, huh?
Well,
She liked to,
she had to make them obey her somehow.
yes.
This is true.
I've got to be more clear when I'm speaking as a DM and when I'm speaking as a character.
Yeah. It's all
Okay, so
right.
Idrin was the one who was asking about
I,
Tenacity.
Idrin was the one asking about tenacity, then I made the snide comment about she had to make them obey her somehow.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I just said then, like, geez, I should identify that more clearly. Because otherwise, you're going to talk to Idrin, and Gundark's going to interrupt, and I'm going to interrupt, and you're going to have no clue what's happening.
A little more
um.
device there.
Yeah, she liked hunting. She liked birds. Um,
You
I
must.
suppose she was a pretty good fighter.
So, do you think? Sorry, Idrin's going to ask. So, you think you can take her one on one?
Hmm. Well, that would have always been the intention.
Have you two sparred a lot in the past?
Well, unfortunately, well, I suppose they did help me get better at times, but I suppose our matches were an even 50-50. So I'm not sure if I would be able to beat her exactly. Maybe, maybe not.
You were pretty much equal in terms of skill.
At least in terms of fighting.
All right.
And Idrin asks, these birds, do you think she's brought them with her?
Well, it's possible. They seem to be her mode of making money.
Oh.
It seems she does a traveling bird show. So I suppose she wouldn't want to just leave them somewhere unless she's gotten too frustrated with them.
Never took her as a ringmaster type. But then again, she seems to be quite crazy in some cases. So you just never know with her, I guess.
Idrin says, good. Pinnacle and Stormbind can take care of the birds.
Are we sure they would fight together?
Stormbind will.
I just mean that Pinnacle, you always seem to have a bit of a concern with Pinnacle and Stormbind.
Because I know once Stormbind finishes, Pinnacle will never bother him again.
All right. Well, hopefully that will be the case.
Sure, we can help with that as needed. Any additional help we can get here is certainly welcome.
Well, I'm going to try to deal with Roddy the body.
Perhaps I could assist on that one.
And I'm hoping
That
you can.
that guy really rubs me the wrong way, so I kind of want to make sure I gets what he deserves. I'll
We
gladly
can we
help on that.
we can only hope that this is his last jar.
Well, certainly gonna make it the one that hurts the most.
So
That just leaves us rotting the body. Pinnacle and Stormbind will deal with the birds, and Tenacity's gonna fight her sister. The question is it all gonna be at the same time, or is it gonna be separate fights? I hope
no,
it's separate.
no, it will be a group fight.
Oh, okay.
The guard mentioned
Well,
that. It just didn't come out in my words.
oh, I was kind of having Tarkirion ponder that as
Mm.
well, really. But yeah,
Well, it's okay. You were groggy at the time. That's probably why I didn't mention it.
yeah, wizard, a wizard's brain doesn't function as well due to lack of sleep.
Haven't had your cup of wizard's
Oh,
brew in the
sure.
morning.
Cup of apple blood.
Apple blood.
Okay,
That's
so
Owl House reference.
Oh, I was gonna say that actually sounds pretty yummy, but
so you want to roll on that lock one more time?
let's do that. And this is against my wisdoms.
Wisdom,
Correct.
14 or above. Sorry, it's 14 or below. Crap. Sorry.
Well, I rolled an 8.
Yeah,
Just well below that.
it is a magical enchantment, and it would require a dispel magic or something similar to get rid of.
Spell magic. That's something that Jeez, I have my list of spells here, but I don't think I chose that. It's something I'd have to learn on my own, isn't it?
It's level 3 anyway, so.
Oh,
And
it's
that's a
level 3. Oh,
that's
yeah.
a level 3, not you at level 3.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I
It's
know.
level 3.
Please don't take it as me insulting you when I say that. I'm saying it to be clear.
Oh no, that's fine. I get it.
Well,
I know the spell levels are different from character levels.
I've never really liked that. I've never liked that in the entire time I've played this game. Like, it just makes things awkward. And when you look at the spell progression chart and you're going, I'm a level 4, so I get, 4 first level spells and 2 second level spells, but no third or fourth level. Like, what?
That does seem a little counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Yeah. But then again, having a wizard go up and get more powerful each level would also be equally ridiculous. So I do understand why they did it.
That does make sense.
Yeah. But just maybe they should use something else other than level. I don't know.
Maybe tier?
Yeah, tier.
Like tier 0, tier 1, tier 2.
But remember,
Or that's
Gary Gygax came up with this stuff in the 1970s because he was trying to expand chainmail into a role-playing game. Chainmail was a battle simulator, and
oh,
D&D purists will still say, "Oh, you're wasting your time role-playing. You're supposed to be going into combat." No, combat
first, yeah.
combat does get
I li-
boring.
Plus, I think story and immersion is just as important as the action.
Yeah,
So I can agree here.
and also having very recently gone through a major BattleTech battle, when my opponent is taking his turn and firing all of his weapons, and I commented, I said, you know the worst part about this, and we're good friends. He said, what? And I said, there's no interaction at this point. I'm just writing down how much damage you're doing. It's like, well, like when you're 1-on-1 or like 4-on-4, it's fine. But when you're like, what was it? I had 24 mechs and he had 16 because he was using 300 years more advanced technology.
Jeez.
So there was a long period just sitting there, take this damage, take that damage. And if we weren't mature adults, I can see a kid throwing a fit.
Yeah.
Because after you write down the first 100 damage that you've taken in 2 lots and 8 lots and stuff like that, I was just commenting, yeah, this system does not work for large battles. But anyways, and there was evening, and there was morning, The guard wakes you pretty early, because after all, you have a show to attend.
Oh, is it time already? Mumble as I get up.
He opens the lock, and there's enough guards there to make you think twice about trying to pull anything weird. They parade you down, and you can catch glimpses of the arena on the way down. The floor is made of stone, but it also has slats cut into it, and you can't really see what's beneath it. You can see already there's like a stadium setting. There's thousands of people already in seats, all sitting in silence, basically waiting for you. As you make your way to the bottom, the guards kind of push you out, and the first thing you notice is a large podium. And on it, there's an obese Yuan Ti looking over everything. He's got red robes.
So an obese snake person?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
He's surrounded by red fabric, and he's wearing a red robe. And he's got his hand on a chalice, and there's a hand in the chalice. And he's lifting it up and kind of crunching on the skin as you're led into the arena.
Well, that's an image.
Across from you is, of course, Leyla, Roddy the Body, about 6 zombies, 20 birds, and 2 giant things that you don't really recognize what they are.
Well,
This looks promising. Butter silently to the approach.
Hang on, I'm just keeping track of what I said so that next time it's not suddenly 16 zombies or 2 zombies, you know.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine.
that is okay.
The Yuan Ti Grand Vizier shouts, because he needs you to be able to hear him. Welcome to our stadium. There's 2 teams that enter, 1 team leaves. I'd expect a clean fight, but I rather need the blood to keep going. But for those who are about to die, we salute you.
Salute
Those
Sorry.
about to ride, we salute you.
Sorry, I knew you were gonna quote something like that. I know
The-
you're trying to get the narrative, keep the narrative going though. So I'll let you do your thing.
You know what? Let's do the first round.
Alright.
Because you're significantly far away. I don't have to worry about certain things. But the birds can go into action immediately. So, I imagine Pinnacle and Stormbind take off together. Or what do you want Pinnacle to do?
Yeah, I think so. Go at him.
And all their birds come up at the same time. You're still closing the distance. This is a surprisingly big arena. So, the birds get there first. And then I'm just going to do a group initiative because I don't feel like rolling 10 times.
Sure.
So this is for the flock of birds. Okay, and then I'm going to do Stormbind. And let's see what Pinnacle gets. 1d20.
Want to roll in tenacity since Pinnacle? Oh,
This is actually a good thing.
Oh,
So, Stormbind goes first. and you hear Idrin muttering something that you don't quite understand, and a massive flame strike comes out of his beak. And of course,
Oh,
all of Layla's birds go scrambling because they don't want anything to do with it.
whoa.
Well, it was 8d6 damage that just went through him. So,
Oh,
what? You have Kentucky Fried Chicken or Escape Bird. Your choice. I don't care.
so Stormbine's a fire-breathing owl, you're saying.
And
That's cool.
no, he's a familiar, so that means that Idrin can
Oh,
share spells.
oh yeah.
So,
Well, in that moment,
yeah,
he's a fire-breathing familiar.
like I,
Sick.
like I said, right now, Pinnacle is thinking I'm not going to mess with that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to explain it away so that way it doesn't come up in the future.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fits the story. I'm good with that.
And Layla screams, "What did you do to my pets?"
Excuse me.
We gave them the bird. Just like we gave you the bird.
And then, be honest, that's all I got at the moment.
Sure.
Well, no, the past couple of weeks when I rewrote things, um, like I said, I was able to condense a lot into here, give Tenacity a chance to take on her big sister. I had that planned. I could wing this, but I really want to balance it, and I really wanted to get rid of those birds.
It's no problem.
By the way, let me cross them off my sheet here. Well, no, otherwise we just killed these things and they're back, Roddy.
Resurrection doesn't work that way. Well, maybe it does. They be just like that one villain from Courage the Cowardly Dog, where it's just a giant rotisserie chicken without a head. I don't know if you remember that episode, but
I didn't really watch Courage the Cowardly Dog as a kid.
oh, no worries. But the birds are fried, so all that's left are the zombies and the two bulls and the two bozos that brought us into this whole thing.
And the two giants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have a good fight. It's just, I want to sit
Oh,
down and really plan that thing out because I really thought the chase would take a lot longer.
oh, that's all right.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't drag. That was,
Yeah,
because,
that was actually pretty well paced.
yeah, because remember the fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fishing took some time.
That was actually very fun though. The
Yeah.
fishing.
But it reached a point where you guys were like, yeah, we're sick of it. And I was trying to pace this where, like I said, regular
Okay.
combat would be embarrassing. You know, Tenacity moves and catches a dwarf.
Yeah, that's.
But you took
Honestly,
him down a lot quicker than I had planned. So, and the idiot dwarf fell off the frickin'.
Jesus was feeling generous that time, I guess. We got a lot of good rolls that time.
Yeah, that's why I'm ashamed I didn't have more plot ready. It's like, Jesus, this was the day to do it. Yeah, yeah. Wait, RN Jesus, this was the day to do it. Oh, you know what? You know why? It's a full moon tomorrow. Actually, Friday today. No, tomorrow. Still tomorrow.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's only 11 where you are, isn't
Yeah, but I used to live in Nova Scotia, so it would be tomorrow there.
it? I see. Time zones. Oh
Yeah,
well.
the bane of my existence.